Welcome to Break On Through, the podcast where we talk to musicians and music lovers of all kinds. It was in the beginning just being like about up and coming musicians, but I think that the music genre spans a bit more than that. I think it's important to bring people on, and I like to talk a lot about like how music has influenced people growing up, especially people of different ages, because we all have different stories, different parts of the country. We grew
Yeah.
up in different circles and shit like that. Holy shit, what was that?
No, I was trying to like get because there was a band I wanted to talk about because
Okay.
I was trying to figure out the name. I forgot what the last name is Morph. I forgot what the first part of the name is, and then I was on TikTok actually. I was like
Oh,
looking
the
at the.
TikTok, man, it'll suck your life away.
No, I haven't really been on it. Like my personal TikTok thing, I've been on there like all the time. I had like shitload of stuff,
Yeah.
but this one's like the podcast one.
Okay.
So, Wine Dine Story Time. I think you heard of them before.
Yes. Yes, I have.
And I sent them like I sent you. We call it like a box of the candy canes and all that.
Hmm.
And they were announcing. I know this is not a music thing, but
That's fine.
it was just like uh, they were announcing we call that they got stuff from another podcast, and then one of the girls like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a slacker, and I kind of forgot that we got a present from Tattoo Squid, and he got this candy cane and a sticker,
They're like, don't
and
eat it. It might taste like vomit.
no,
No, because you were messing with
no,
us.
come on,
No,
I got
I
everybody the same
know.
amount of candy canes,
I know.
but
I like to say that because it was like in the beginning you were like, well, how would you guys be mad if I sent you ones that tasted weird?
oh yeah, no, but you got to tell your fan base here. We call it like, listen,
No, they were straight up. They were normal. They were normal
yeah,
candy
it was
canes.
straight, yeah. But there is candy canes that are like different flavors that you would never even think of.
Yeah, they're like the Jelly Belly ones. How they have like, oh, what is it? My kids have this thing they got, and it's like I forget what it's called, but it's almost like a competition. You like give each other one, and some of them taste like puke, and some of them taste like grass, and
Oh yeah,
it's disgusting.
uh, no, it's like it's jelly beans.
Yeah, but it's still
Um,
disgusting.
yeah, yeah, no, it's definitely we call it. There's like a game where
Yeah, it's the
you
game.
play. Yeah, it's a game. It's like basically you write down, like you get five people or so many people, and then there's a question. It's like, what's my favorite kind of movie? And then you have to
Ugh.
figure out if he's your best friend or something that you know
Yeah.
what kind of movie it is. And if you get it right, then you're good. Anyone else that got it wrong, they pick a jelly bean.
Regardless, they
Where
try to get me to play it, and I'm not playing
yeah,
that game. I'm too old for that shit. I don't want
it's
to.
like it's like a newer version of like Harry Potter shit, where
Yeah,
Harry Potter has like the really weird tasting jelly beans.
can't do it.
This is like way worse.
I don't have a
But
weak stomach, but I just don't feel like I would hold it together well if I ate a jelly bean that tasted like puke.
or boogers
Yeah.
or
Look, I spent most of my 20s puking somewhere, partying. So I'm all set with that. But anyways, let me introduce you at least. Hey, we got we got Dre. How do you say your last name? Baudelaire?
yeah,
But all right. But
man.
better known as the Tattoo Squid from Tattoo Squid podcast.
Yes, you can
Uh,
see in the background. Right?
yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm not recording a
Uh,
video, but
no, I know. Okay. Well, there's something behind me. It looks like a squid,
yeah,
so
it's
you
actually
can't
pretty.
really.
Who did that? I like that.
Actually, I made that.
That's nice. I dig
So
that.
I went on like an app, and they had this thing where you could put different things. So my girlfriend's like, "Oh, why don't you just put like a T and an A, and then two,
Hey, I love
which is
T and A.
like the two right here on the bottom,
Never mind.
and then yeah, and then there's a little squid, but that one was like a little cartoonish, like
That's
hey,
cool
how
though.
you doing?
I like
You
it.
know,
So I
but
think what I'd like to start with is
yeah,
let's go back to when you were a kid, as far back as you can remember, like the first time music really spoke to you, because like I remember being a kid, and I've been around music my whole life. My father's a musician, but
yeah.
I can pinpoint exactly when I heard music that became like my music. It was like the music that defined me at the right point in time. What was that for you?
Uh, well, my dad. my dad would always listen to like Elvis Presley. Like he had like the old style. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a. It looks like a dresser kind of thing where you
Hmm.
put your statues on top or whatever,
Okay.
but then you clear the shit away, and then you open it up, and there's a radio on one side. There's a record player and an 8-track player in it as well. So it's like a multi. I think it's like the first of its kind or something. I don't
Okay.
know that from those years. Um, and he would play everything from Three Dog Night to what Elvis Presley, anything that was like on record or 8-track, and I'd be listening to that. But then there was Queen that I see on 45s, and what was the other ones? Queen. That one was like more. I can't remember the fucking
He was
name.
a classic rock
Uh,
guy.
huh?
He was a
No,
classic.
I know Queen. Yeah, but that was basically like listening to like one or two songs from that because it was on 45s, and then mostly we call my dad had. He gave me a record, and it was all. Oh, what the hell is it? Like morning shows or late night shows we call it, but it has like music from each of the shows, like
Okay.
Chico and the Man or Sanford and Son or
So like soundtrack,
uh
like soundtracks.
yeah, kind of like soundtracks, yeah,
Okay.
but it's more like on a record player that you would never even think of,
Yeah.
and it was pretty fucking cool. But I remembered one part where I got something, my very first actual tape for me, and it was called UFO.
UFO.
Yeah. So there was a band called UFO, which I thought it was just and that's a rock band too, but I never knew it was a rock band. I've been listening to it. I'm like, okay, I didn't know what rock was. And then I started listening to other stuff, like, like you got the 80s, like hair metal. But then when you start growing, yeah, I know.
I'm not a
And then
fan.
you start, but then you start growing up to like that, and then like Aerosmith comes around, and then you listen to Rolling Stones, and
I found him.
so
I found the
yeah,
UFO. I want to say I've
yeah. But
actually,
then
I want to say I've heard of these guys before. It says they're an English rock band that was formed in London in 1968. They became a transitional group between early hard rock and heavy metal and the new wave of British heavy metal. So they were like a rock metal transition band with some like 80s new wave mix.
it's like how Judas Priest probably listened to them as well. Like, hey, let's go and do this
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
yeah, or something like that, And I was like, that was like my first thing, and then that's like brought me into like some kind of like rock thing. So
Well,
then I
it
started
says
listening
they
to
were
like
kind of early on during like metal, so they had to have had some kind of like metal aspect to them for them to be noted down as like an early transitional band from rock into the early metal.
yeah, definitely, because I'm like that was like, but for me that was like the earliest for me, and then all of a sudden after then it was like Motley Crue, and then it was like then I got Slayer, and then that was Slayer. I did not even think of like I'm like I got the tape and I put it in the tape player, and I got home and my cousin bought it for me for my birthday.
Mhm.
Got home, put it in the tape player, and I played it, and it was just going so fast. I thought the tape was fucking spinning out.
Yeah, it's
I was like,
different.
I think there's something wrong with the tape. And it's like, well, what are you talking about? It's going too fucking fast, you know. and, and it's like, well, I don't know. And it's like, I'm like, and then I find out it's the way it's supposed to be,
It's
And I'm
metal.
like, I was like, oh shit. I'm like speed metal no less, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I started getting into that. I started getting into like Slayer and uh, anything that associated like Testament, uh, Exodus, like the South Bay stuff, and then I started getting into like heavier and heavier stuff. So
Well, since
I
I've
mean,
since I've
yeah,
known you, you've pretty much been a metal guy. I haven't known you that long. I mean, but
nah,
you always talk about metal, so I already kind of knew you were a metal guy.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I listen to like anything from like rock to like even the classic rock when I'm in the mood. Like even the glam rock, which you don't like. But
I don't hate it. Look, I don't dislike it all. It's just I'm not gonna sit down and like pump out hair metal.
yeah, well,
But
I mean,
some of it I like.
I put it on Spotify. I put everything on Spotify. I listen to whatever comes in. Like Run DMC pops up. I'm like,
Mm.
all right, I'll play that, and so it doesn't matter what it is. It could be rap, rock, you know. Uh,
So when you
but
say
then
when you
I
say
start
glam rock, I think early Bowie. That's what I think of.
true,
That
yeah,
that's
we
more what
was
my
like
brain goes.
that. But this one's like when I was growing up and being in high school, that's what we were all listening to at that time.
Yeah.
So it was like we're in the lobby of the high school, fucking smoking cigarettes, fucking Bon Jovi playing in the background, Led Zeppelin here and there, then they play Metallica and uh, what else? Metallica, Testament, Suicide Tendencies, like a whole bunch of shit. So we're just going on, and we're playing handball out in the handball court, and then go into the thing, go to class. I'm like, okay, let's drink our whiskey, you know.
Let's see, you're a few years older than me because by the time I had gotten into high school, the grunge movement was kind of a big thing. So we were listening to like Silverchair and Nirvana and Soundgarden. And I mean, we still listen to like Metallica, Pantera,
Yeah,
Slayer,
all right.
Sepultura, all that shit. Um, but yeah, it's weird, like how much just a couple years difference can make in between people like coming in and out of schools. But like, so who introduced you to metal? Was it you said was your cousin?
I would think, yeah, my cousin, because he had like when I went to his like my aunt and my uncle's house, and then I would see like on like the office table that they had, I seen Ozzy Osbourne, Diary of a Madman, and I was like, oh shit, I mean he's in the fucking Ozzy. I'm like, damn,
Yeah, Ozzy
so and
rules.
then but uh but then he had another one too. Oh, what the hell was it? The album cover had a woman with black hair. She has like the skin tight like leopard pants, and she's going like this. And then Ozzy's like some kind of like spider or something. It was like they made a video of it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of the name either. I'm gonna look it up because I do
Uh
know what you're talking about.
yeah, because she starts transforming into like she has like white eyes sort of thing, and her hair is like grayish with black, like it's just fucking hot looking. But then when it goes on a billboard, there's Ozzy like a spider, and um, it was a shit. I know you're gonna have the thing before I do, but
I'm trying. It's the ultimate sin. It's
yeah,
it's
that's the one.
achiever. It's it's called Achiever. It's I think I just seen that it's almost like a best of type deal. It's the one you're talking about though. It's
Yeah, yeah,
definitely
no, it's definitely the one.
I don't
Yeah,
know if you can see it. No, you're not gonna be able to see it. But it's definitely the one. It's got
I
the
see
chick.
blurriness, folks. I'm seeing blurriness. You can't see it, but I could.
It's a best of. It's a like a best
Yeah,
of album. It's a cool album though. Cool album cover.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's like it had a Jakey. I think Jakey Lee. I think was still in it. I think at the time it was like right after Randy Rhoads.
Yeah.
Um, no, I'm just trying to find that. Uh, oh, here it is. Okay. Um, and the band I just Ectomorph.
Ectomorph. I don't know them.
No, no, I don't think you would know them, but I saw it like again. There's a thing called TikTok that I went on, and they had their band playing, and the guy was putting all these videos on there, and this was like one of the videos on it. It was like and the dead will walk, but I think they're from like a different country because whenever they say walk, it's like walk.
Oh, so
It's like, oh, the dead will walk.
let's like that's